I've been talking a lot about credit cards lately, and I keep talking about credit card points and rewards. But what exactly are points and rewards with a credit card? We're going to get into that in today's video. Hi, everybody. I'm Brandon Gustafson. I own and operate 2 assisted living facilities, and I created this channel to help people like you learn the ins and outs of investing in assisted living. Welcome to Assisted Living Investing. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. In our last video, we talked about debit cards versus credit cards for a small business. And I'll link that up above. Today, we're going to get into what are credit card rewards, what are points, and just kind of give you an overview of what those are. So the definition of a credit card rewards or a point system, certain credit card companies have created this in an effort to gain and maintain your loyalty. Not all credit card companies are going to have them. Not all credit cards within a credit card company are going to have them, but a lot of them do, and they have done it in an effort to just like keep you and create brand loyalty, and it's just kind of their way of getting people entrenched in their ecosystem. Credit card rewards are the credit card company's currency. They are worth money, and I'm putting these in quotes because they're not real, but that currency, that money can be used just like real money to complete a transaction. So this currency is often referred to as points or rewards or miles or cash back. You might hear some of those phrases, but they all essentially mean the exact same thing. It just depends on which credit card company you're working with, how they use them, what they want to call them. It just kind of depends on how they have set up their system. But when you are hearing all of these different phrases about the different types of rewards, just know that they're all essentially the same thing. They might have different values and things like that, and I'll get into that in a future video. Yeah, just kind of keep an eye out for that. When you hear those phrases, you're talking about the same thing. Speaking of phrases, we're going to get into phrases. Remember, each of these phrases is basically a currency of the credit card company. So the first one is going to be points. So points are actually quite easy to interpret, like how you earn them. What is not super straightforward with a point system is how much they are worth. And I'll get into that in a future video. But to keep things simple, many credit card companies will give you like 1 point for each cent that you earn, or 100 points for $1. So they try to make it relatively simple in how they're going to do that. But sometimes they'll give you like 2 times or 3 times the amount of points for each dollar that you spend in a certain store or a certain type of store. So whether that's like supermarkets or gas or something like that, they'll give you extra points if you use money in those areas. And they have set up relationships with those vendors, and that's how they're able to give extra points for each of those. The next one would be miles. So miles are typically earned when it's a travel card. So you'll earn a certain number of miles for every dollar that you spend. Typically, you'll earn more miles when you're using that card for travel-related purchases, so flights or hotels, or like if you're taking Uber or a Lyft or something like that, you can get extra points for that. So that's another thing that you want to kind of take into consideration. Working in assisted living, you're probably not going to be doing a ton of that. Even me, who has my facilities out of state, I'm not flying a ton, like a few times a year, but I'm not flying out every week. So it doesn't make a ton of sense to have a travel, a miles type of a card for me. But take that into consideration with you. Maybe you travel a lot, and so earning those points is going to be beneficial to you, so you can use those points to do some of your traveling. But yeah, if you are using that, you'll get a premium for that travel. That's typically how the 2x and 3x points that I talked about just a second ago, that's how they incentivize you to use the card for travel, is how they kind of work their system there. The other one is cashback. So this is more of a straight cashback. It's probably the easiest reward for you to earn or understand, I guess. So cashback typically happens as a percentage of your purchase, with certain vendors or those vendor families, gas or supermarkets or whatever that is, and they will offer more cash back. So you might see something like 2% cash back. So in the event that you spent $1, you would get 2 cents cash back for the purchase that you made. So that's kind of how 2% would work. Cashback feels a little bit more tangible than a point system or a mile system, but often you are probably getting a little more bang for your buck if you're using that point or that mile system. They typically give you a higher value in points than you do for cashback, but then you have to go through their system to redeem everything. Whereas cashback, you could just ask them, they'll give you a check for it. So pros and cons there. But this is basically, I think it's because people are less likely to redeem their points or their miles than they are cashback. If you have a thing that says, oh, you've got $500 cash back, you're going to say, oh, okay, send me the check. Or if it's with Sam's Club or Costco, you're going to go in and they'll send it to you, or they'll automatically send you a check on an annual basis. Here's your cashback rewards. Whereas a point system with a credit card company, you may not use it, you may not recognize that you have it there, and so you just kind of let it sit there. And I'm sure they have some kind of a system where they fall off if you don't use them after a while. So that's something else that you want to just kind of be aware of. So next is, are all rewards equal? No, they are not. Rewards, whether it's points or miles or cashback, are not equal. They're not equal within the same credit card company. Across credit card companies, they are certainly not equal. It really just depends. Those values change from credit card company to credit card company, from card to card, even underneath that same umbrella. And so do the rates at which you earn those rewards. So I've been talking a little bit about this. So certain market segments, gas, supermarkets, those types of things, you might get better rewards for those than another card or market segment. And so you just want to do your research and find out what's going to work best for you. In assisted living, I'm going to talk about this in a future video, but really, we use a lot of money on grocery. And so if I can find a card that gives me extra perks for all the groceries that I'm buying, that's great. Or if I have brand loyalty to Walmart or Costco or Sam's Club or Target or something like that, I'm going to get their card because I'm buying a ton of stuff there. So I might as well get their premium cashback, premium point version, so that I can kind of maximize the money I'm spending. Because I'm going to spend the money anyways. I might as well look for opportunities where I can gain greater incentives for the things that I'm buying. In our next video, we're going to get into how do credit card points work. So I'll get into the nitty gritty of how they work and what that process is like. To learn more about investing in assisted living, make sure you visit me on assistedlivinginvesting.net. I'd love to have you over on the website. I've got other content up there, have a blog, free resources. You can set up a consulting call with me, and then make sure you follow me on my other social media platforms. And remember, it doesn't take a lot, just a little bit. Just keep going step by step by step. Keep making progress. If you do that and you're consistent, you will be successful, I promise. Thanks for watching and have a great day.